Welcome, everybody, to tonight's webinar on the benefits of REC panels. My name is Eric Schneider. I'm the Director of Business Development here at StraightUp Solar, talking to you from our offices in Maryland Heights, Missouri. We appreciate you joining us for another in our series of webinars exploring solar technology. Tonight, we'll examine solar modules and highlight one of our favorite solar panel makers, the REC Group. I'm really excited to introduce our speakers today. Jake Hagedorn, our project developer here at StraightUp Solar, and Josan Crawford, the regional sales manager of the REC Group. Jake is one of our most experienced project developer. He is a certified solar expert holding a NABCEP PV associate designation. For over 5 years, Jake has sold systems to homeowners and businesses across Illinois and Missouri. And when he's not talking solar, Jake loves the outdoors, hiking, hunting, and camping with his 3 kids. Josan, we're really excited to have her as our guest speaker today. She recently visited StraightUp Solar on a tour of her 15-state territory representing the REC Group. We're really honored she took the time out of her busy schedule to join us tonight to talk about REC solar panels and to answer your questions. Prior to her joining REC, she spent 5 years as a general contractor in residential construction, so she has a great deal of home improvement knowledge. Josan is also a parent of 3 kids who followed her mother's dance shoes and now excels in competitive dance here. So thank you both, Josan and Jake, for taking time to join us tonight. So today's topics, we're going to talk about how solar energy works. We'll go inside a solar module. What are those components in a solar module? How we select the right equipment for your home or business, and then the benefits of REC modules. We'll turn it over to Josan. And then again, we'll have a live question and answer session. You can put your questions in the chat and we'll go over them at the end of the program here. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Jake to tell us about how solar energy works.
All right, thanks, Eric. So we're going to look at a quick video on basics on how solar works. 101, everyone sees the panels on the roof. Solar panels produce direct current electricity. That sun is shining down on those panels, exciting those photons, electrons, and neutrons in the panels and sending electricity into what's called an inverter. Panels produce DC electricity. The house uses AC power, needs to be converted over to AC electricity. From there, after it's converted into AC power, it's sent directly into the home to the main service panel. Whatever's hooked up to the main service panel, lights, fridge, outlets, microwave, fans, air conditioners, anything that you're using electricity for is then consumed from directly from the solar power you use. Next, you see if we do need any extra power from the grid, we can pull that in from the grid at any time. Through what's called a bidirectional meter. So the solar power is created and you will always use your solar power first. So any electricity that the home is creating from solar, you use your solar power first before you use any of the grid's power. You do need extra power from the grid that the solar system is not providing. You can pull that from the grid, in particular at night when the sun is down. And the lights come on, we'll use your utilities electricity to make up that difference for your power needs in the evening. In power evenings, sometimes if you have a battery with your system, you'll also be able to use the battery with your system in the evening as well. They're designed to do that at the same time. Some utilities will give you extra credit for the extra power that you send to them during the day. When you overproduce electricity during the day, they're going to give you a credit. What happens with that credit is you'll use that credit that evening before you actually pay for power from the grid, from the utility. So in some utilities, you have net metering. It varies on each utility and dependent upon which state you are in as well. We can review that more on an individual basis based on where you are and what your utility is. The last thing is monitoring. With systems that we install, you're able to see how much power each and every single panel is producing through microinverters. If we're using a string inverter, you're able to monitor how much power the entire system is producing. So we can see how much power the system is producing, how much power the house is consuming, if there is any extra power going back to the grid, and if you have a battery with your system, you can see those 4 things right through an app that links to your phone with a live time feed to exactly what's going on with your solar system. It's very nice to know, have a hands-on monitor from anywhere in the world. You could be sitting on the beach in Hawaii, knowing exactly what's going on with your solar system at home. Basics on how solar panels are made. There's three types of solar panels. We've got our monocrystalline, polycrystalline, and our thin film panels. Each solar panel is a little bit different. Your most producing, highest efficiency solar panels are your monocrystalline panels, which is what the REC panels are comprised of, monocrystalline. Each solar panel has different layers to it. We've got a frame on the outside with glass and silicon. Then we've got our solar cells inside that is then all sandwiched into a very thin wafer that is absorbed to create electricity. Solar panels are comprised of varying numbers of wafers. Wafers are approximately about the size of your hand or the size of a cell phone, all stacked next to each other with either 66 or 72 or 82 different wafers inside a solar panel, all comprise into a solar panel to make one panel. And as you can see in the picture here, we've got an array of a whole bunch of different solar panels laid out together. When you group solar panels together, they're called an array. Okay. How solar panel energy is created in a panel. When the sun shines onto a panel, energy from the sunlight is absorbed by the PV cell in the panel. So when that sunshine hits those solar panels, the electrons inside there get excited. They start vibrating. They send electricity down through the wiring in those panels. Different types of solar panels use different technology, from N-type wafers to heterojunction to electron holes. You're able to see exactly kind of what's going on here. So we've got negative on the top, positive on the bottom. Those create energy, flow down through the panel, straight into the home at that point. That's an internal electrical field in the cell, causes electricity to flow. So it's that science behind the panel, what's going on. REC has the best science of this figured out, and they produce more electricity with their solar panels than any other solar panel on the market, which is why we're excited to partner with them today. Here we're going to kind of see an example of what a system detail layout would look like for a personalized, customized proposal for each one of our customers. This is generated using software based specifically for your home, for your roof. We use satellite imagery that is actually very, very detailed, able to tell exactly how much power a solar array will create based on 5 different things from your roof, from the slope of your roof, the direction the panels face, any shade considerations. As you can see, the green blobs, those are trees on the illustration there, the wattage of the panels, and then 25 years of weather data history. Airports like Lambert International or Belleville Scott keep track of the weather data that we've had each day, every year for the past 25 years. So we can highly accurately predict how much power your solar system is going to produce. We want to size your system to be very specific to meet your energy needs. During a consultation, we will make sure to ask you for a copy of your power bill. That power bill will tell us how much electricity you've used over the last 12 months, and thus how many panels we need to put on the roof to create that amount of electricity. You can see here on the 4th box down, our energy production versus our solar energy consumption. We're at 102% annual energy offset by solar. So solar makes sense for this person, creating 102% of their annual electrical needs. So solar makes sense for these guys. Sends an extra 2% back to the grid that they get that credit for, of course, as well. So the differences in every single roof is different, right? Everyone has a different roof, a different azimuth, a different slope, a different shade considerations. So we customize our proposals and design them very specifically to meet your needs as a consumer, so that you don't oversize or undersize your solar system. Our goal is to design it specific to meet your energy needs, and that is what I do, and I've been doing it for the past 5 years, and absolutely love working with customers here on a one-on-one individual basis. So what that does is with solar, we avoid our cost of electricity. As most of us know, we've seen an increase in the cost of not only food and groceries and gasoline and living, but also electricity. And that is going to continue most likely. The cost of electricity is going to continue to increase year after year. With solar, if we know how much electricity that we use and we create and produce a solar system that makes the amount of electricity that you use your solar power instead of using the power from the grid. You insulate yourself from future increasing electricity costs because you're not even using the utility anymore. You're using your own solar power. So you levelize your cost of electricity. You lock in what you pay for electricity. And when your solar system is paid off, or if you pay cash for your system, and we don't have an electric bill at all, that is fantastic. That's the picture. That's where that savings really comes in, and is a very tangible dollar amount that can be applied to the cash flow for your family. Okay, basics about REC before Josanna gets into them here. REC panels look really, really good on the roof. They're an all-black solar panel. Different manufacturers create different solar panels with different aesthetics. Older solar panels had a bluish tint to them with a silver frame. These guys are all black. They look very, very good on the roof, which is important to a lot of our customers. They're cost effective. The amount of energy that these panels produce over time, they're the highest producing, longest lasting solar panel. So you're going to have more production over the lifetime of the system, which is going to help save in cost. Very low degradation rate, which we'll look at here in a minute as well. When coupled with microinverters, the panels are optimized to produce the most power and mitigate any shade. There are two types of inverters. You have your string inverters and your microinverters on a high scale overview. The differences is on the application, on the size of the system, whether it's on the ground or whether it's on the roof or on a commercial scale. Microinverters, when utilized on residential homes, maximize that power production for each and every single panel, even if they're facing a different direction or have a different amount of sunlight, or there may be some shade from a tree that hits just one single panel. Microinverters will utilize that. And when coupled with the REC panels, you have a top-notch solar system that produces electricity at the highest level for a long, long time. And they've got a great warranty. They've got a 25-year warranty on them as well. StraightUp Solar does not partner with anything under 25 years. We absolutely love working with REC, and they look really good on the roof. My folks have them on their roof as well. So my mom and dad have a system that StraightUp Solar put up a couple of years ago. I just moved into my own house here last month, and it will be put on my house here coming up in the springtime or summer of next year. And REC is going to be the solar panels I put on my roof. So, all right. Thanks, guys.
We'll take it from Jake's dad. REC panels are the best. And Jake, congratulations on buying your new home. You'll have to invite me for dinner sometime.
Yeah.
Here are some examples of some beautiful StraightUp Solar installed homes and businesses that feature REC modules on top. We've installed them across, whether it's a suburban home, a city home, a rural home, or even your small town hardware store. The REC modules can work anywhere. And as Jake says, they work very effectively. And with that, let me turn it over to get more into the detail of REC modules with, again, the regional sales manager of the REC group, Josan Crawford. Again, Josan, thanks for your time, and I'll turn it over to you.
Great. Thank you so much for partnering with us. We love working with companies like StraightUp Solar. They make us look really good. So we appreciate this, and I'll get started on REC. So we pride ourselves on three things: production quality. We have the Toyota standard of robotic technology that we utilize to manufacture our panels. Company reliability, we have already outlasted our warranty. As he had stated, we have a 25-year warranty, and we were founded in 1996. And our commitment to technology, we are an industry leader in technology. As I spoke about, we have heterojunction technology, which I'll get into. And the combination of these three things really makes REC the best choice for your solar investment. Heterojunction technology, the word in itself, if you're new to solar, but basically what that means is you get more kilowatt hours per kilowatt on the roof, in simple terms. I call this the ice cream sandwich. And so this is our cell. And the reason our cell produces more is there's a couple components to this. So, how we make our cell is different than others in the industry. There's a technology called TOPCon, which is an older technology that the majority of solar panels utilize. We stopped doing that years ago. How we construct our cell is we take the amorphous silicon, and then we put on top of it our wafer, which is a very thin wafer. We do a different process to attach our smart wiring. We do what we call a lamination process. So if you can think of a piece of paper that you could crumple up and you could crack and you could rip and tear, that is common with other cells. We take the smart wiring, we put another layer of the amorphous silicon, and we do a lamination process, right? So just like a piece of paper that's laminated that becomes very flexible, that really keeps the integrity of our cell together. And that's one of our big differentiators. Eric, you can go to the next slide. I'll touch on the other points there. Thank you. So as he had talked about, as Jake had mentioned, module efficiency. So first, module efficiency basically means how much energy yield the actual panel is producing. And so we have a high level of efficiency. We are one of the top leaders in the industry, roughly, as you can see, between 21 and 20, a little over 22%. Temperature coefficient makes a big difference. If you're looking for these panels to produce over 25 years, the energy yield, if you think of how hot your roof gets, a roof really is getting its sweet spot at about 77 degrees for production of the solar panels. And so as that temperature rises, the amount of maximum power on most panels starts to go down, and we stay steadier. So the hotter your roof, we lead the industry in our temperature coefficient, which means you're going to get more energy on that roof on those hot days. Again, our degradation rate. Degradation just means how well is your panel going to produce over 25 years? How long is that going to have the same energy yield that it started off with in the beginning? Again, we lead the industry with a 0.25% degradation. So we're guaranteeing 92% energy power output at the end of the 25 years. Energy yield, again, more kilowatt hours based on our technology on the roof. And then this is when I was touching on the robotic technology. When going back to the cell, a lot of the manufacturing process, unfortunately, does have slave force human labor. They come from other countries that do not treat their workforce the same as we do here in the United States. Where we're manufactured, we use robotic technology, and we only have 7 steps. So basically, there's no soldering, no high temperature firing on those cells. And so that makes our panel quality reproduction better time and time again. Thanks, Eric. We can go to the, yep. And we are also different in this space. So we're one of the only panels that put support bars on the back to protect our cells. So we have a stronger frame. What this does is this, think of snow load. I'm from Minnesota, so we have a ton of snow. And this frame is so much stronger than our competitors. So we have the best snow load rating. And it really helps support the cells on the inside. Go to the next slide. And this is where we also are different. How you string together your cells matters. We have 4 strings and it stops, as you can see there. So the one string, if they're shady, not everyone's roof is going to get 100% of the sun 100% of the day. Depending on your tree coverage and location, you might get shading at parts of the day. If our panels are shaded, 1/4 of the panel would only lose the power. If half the panel is shaded, only half the panel loses the power. Where this is not the case with our competitors' panels. There are panels that if they are shaded, you lose the power of the entire panel. So this is better performance on our panels for shading. And we love to say that the best warranty is the one that you never have to call on. With that being said, there's 2 parts to a warranty when you're looking to purchase anything, right? So you want to look at quality of the panel, which I'd already talked about, our quality and our production quality, but you also want to look at the financial viability of the panel, of the company that you're purchasing from. So recently, in the last couple of years, we are purchased from a company called Reliance out of India. Mukesh Ambani is, I don't know if he's the 8th or the 9th or the 10th wealthiest man in the world, but he is currently producing, and right now it's coming online, the world's largest renewable energy manufacturing facility. And this is where our panels are going to be coming out of. Currently, they're in Singapore. They're going to be coming out of India. Neither are implicated in tariffs. And we do have very strong financial backing. Like I said, we've been around since 1996, and we're going to be around much longer. This is what our warranty is. And so StraightUp Solar is one of our certified installers. And so what that means is they get the Pro Trust warranty. And so our system, the production of our energy is guaranteed for 25 years. It's going to last longer, but we guarantee it at 25 years. Our performance of our panels, product quality. If there's a defect in the product, that's 25 years. Our performance, our energy yield is at 25 years as well. And then to our installers, we also guarantee a labor warranty where we pay them if there is something wrong. But note, true story, our entire warranty department is one guy with a cell phone and an email. And that's how little warranty claims that we do have. So in summary, we're one of the only manufacturers that are older than our warranty. We do have local headquarters and a local support staff here. Again, our warranty department is a guy on a cell phone. We have the lowest warranty claims in the industry with a triple strong warranty. We have the top leading technology in the industry, the lowest degradation rate, lowest temperature coefficient, making more power when it's needed on those hot days. We have the highest wind and snow load rating. And what we didn't touch on is I did want to make this note. Often people have questions about hail. The industry standard is a 50 miles an hour piece of hail that's 25 millimeters. That's what the industry standard is. We also lead the industry in hail rating, where we are tested to 60 miles an hour at a size of 35 millimeters. We have a very high power density. They use our Alpha Pure RX 460. And so we pride ourselves in saying we are the steady ship in rough seas, and we feel that we are the best panel in the industry.
Great, thanks, Josan. I learned a lot. Pretty cool that you guys have a higher rating for hail, because that's a big issue here in the Midwest here. The hail damage is pretty frequent, and we're proud of StraightUp Solar that we have a very strong remove and reinstall department here to kind of help people out in a hailstorm. Here's Jake's contact information. We do have a question. Again, keep dropping your questions into the chat and the Q&A, and this actually kind of ties in a little bit to roofing issues. The question is, do solar panels negatively impact roof warranties? Would installing these invalidate the warranty? Jake, you want to answer that about roof warranty and installation?
Yeah, that's a great question. As long as you have a certified, qualified person installing the panels on the roof, typically you do not invalidate a warranty as long as it's installed by a certified installer. Okay, roof manufacturers want to see that the solar installer knows what they're doing, that they've got the training and certification to properly work on the roof and install the panels without damaging them. As long as they're licensed and certified to do solar installations, which StraightUp Solar is, you won't void the warranty on the roof. Now, there are certain roof types that are better for solar than not. Slate shingles and wood shake shingles are very difficult to mount solar panels on here in the Midwest. So if we're looking at a regular asphalt shingle or a metal roof shingle or a flat roof PTO type flat roof situation, those are all applicable roof surfaces for solar installation. StraightUp Solar installers do not void the warranty on any roofs.
Great, thanks, Jake, for the answer here. I'm just gonna check the chat, see if we have any more questions here. Not seeing anything here. Well, I appreciate everyone's time in participating in today's webinar. Josan, I'll give you the last word here about REC modules, and then we'll thank everybody for attending.
Well, thank you for having me today. It makes my job very easy. The REC, REC, like I said, and not to sound like a broken record, but we're ethically sourced. That makes a big difference. A lot of people love to talk about American content. And what people don't realize is that they're using forced labor overseas to take that materials here and put it together. And so we're ethically sourced. We lead the industry in technology, and we are a tier 1 panel. And so, again, that's what makes us the safest choice in the market.
That sounds good. And again, we are a certified installer. We are the REC Pro Trust warranty. So we're going to extend 5 years on top of that warranty here. We're proud to be part of the REC Group network. Here's Jake's contact information in the chat. You can get a quote. Jake will be happy to walk you through a proposal and talk you through all these issues of what's the right solar panel, what's the right inverter, what's the best way to make clean energy for your home. And with that, I think, Jake, do you have any other final words? Otherwise,
I do not. Thank you for having me, Eric. It's been a pleasure. Glad to make the time to do it. And Josan, it's great to meet you. Thank you for your time as well.